Hello everyone, welcome to Premium. Today I am going to solve CAT 2024 Slot 3 previous year questions of quantitative aptitude. We will be solving majority of the questions using logic and concept. So let's start our session.
The number of distinct integer solution xy of the equation modulus of x plus y plus modulus of x minus y equal to 2s. Here this is in the form of equation of a square, that is modulus of x minus h plus modulus of y minus k equal to s. Here s is the length of the square, length of the side of square, and here h and k are the coordinate of the square. Now if you look at this, here I can write it as x minus modulus of x minus y plus modulus of y minus minus x, which is equal to 2. Now here 2 is the side length of the square, means here if 0 0 is the center of the square, then side is equal to 2. Side is equal to 2, means here this can be 1 0, and here this can be 1 1. This coordinate can be 0 1, and here this coordinate can be minus 1 1, and here this can be minus 1 0. Here this is equal to minus 1 minus 1. This one equal to 0 minus 1. This is equal to 1 minus 1. So total 8 coordinates. If you put the value of these coordinates in this equation, that will be correct. So here total 8 coordinates. Total 8 coordinates are possible. So this is a shortcut. Now if you want proper explanation, here this is modulus. Input can be any real number, but output should be non-negative. Here we can assume 4 conditions. First is both the input are positive. Both are positive. Second is both are negative. Third is first is positive, second is negative. Fourth is first is negative, second is positive. If both the input are positive, means first one positive means x plus y greater than or equal to 0. Then x should be greater than or equal to minus y, or we can assume y greater than or equal to minus x. Y greater than or equal to minus x. Now, second one is positive, means x minus y greater than or equal to 0. Then x should be greater than or equal to y. Now, first one negative means x plus y less than 0, which means x less than minus y. And second one is negative means x minus y less than 0, then x less than y. Now, from first condition, both the input positive means x plus y plus x minus y is equal to 2. Then x is equal to, here y cancel, 2x is equal to 2 means x is equal to 1. Now, if you apply this x is equal to 1 in both are positive condition, x is equal to 1 means y greater than or equal to minus 1, and x is equal to 1 means y less than or equal to 1, which means here y can have the value minus 1, 1, and y can choose the value between minus 1 and 1. So minus 1, 0, and 1 is possible values for y. Now from second condition, both are negative. Both are negative. Both are negative means x plus y negative, x minus y negative. So negative of x plus y means negative x minus y, and negative of x minus y means negative x plus y, which is equal to 2. Here y cancel, minus 2x is equal to 2 means x is equal to minus 1. So apply the value of x is equal to minus 1 in both are negative property. So x is equal to minus 1 means here y greater than 1. Y greater than 1, and x is equal to negative 1 means y greater than minus 1. Y greater than minus 1. which means y should be between -1 and 1. So y can have the value 0 here. Same way, apply the third property, third condition. From third condition, first one positive, second one negative. So x plus y minus x, negative of x minus y means negative x plus y, which is equal to 2. Here, x cancel, 2y is equal to 2 means y is equal to 1. So, apply y equal to 1 in first one positive and second one negative. So, y is equal to 1 mean 1 greater than or equal to minus x. If you multiply it with minus, minus 1 less than or equal to x. So x greater than or equal to minus 1. X greater than or equal to minus 1. Now, here y is equal to 1. So x less than 1 means here x can choose the value minus 1 and 0. X less than 1. So x can choose the value minus 1 and 0 here. Now, apply fourth property, that is fourth condition. From fourth condition, first one is negative. So negative x minus y, and second one is positive. So plus x minus y, which is equal to 2. Here x cancel. Minus 2y is equal to 2 means y is equal to minus 1. So apply y is equal to minus 1 in first one negative and second one positive. So y is equal to minus 1 means this one become x less than 1. X less than 1. And here y is equal to minus 1 means x greater than or equal to minus 1. From this, x is less than 1. So x can have the value minus 1 and 0. Now you can see here in first condition, when x is equal to 1, y equal to minus 1, 0, 1. When x is equal to minus 1 in second condition, y equal to 0. In third condition, when y equal to 1, x is equal to minus 1, 0. Fourth condition, y equal to minus 1 means x is equal to minus 1, 0. So total 3 pairs here, here 1 pair, here 2 pair, here 2 pair. Total 8 pairs. 8 integer solutions are there for this condition. For some constant real numbers pk and a, consider the following system of linear equations in x and y. Here px minus 4y is equal to 2 and 3x plus ky equal to a. A necessary condition for the system to have no solution for xy. Here, no solution means this is in the form of ax plus by equal to c. Then, in that condition, a1 by a2 should be equal to b1 by b2. That should not be equal to c1 by c2. Here, p and 3 are a1 and a2, minus 4 and k are b1 and b2, and 2 and a are c1 and c2. Then, from this, p by 3 should be equal to minus 4 by k. That should not be equal to 2 by a. Now, from this, pk equal to minus 12, which means pk plus 12 should be equal to 0. Here you can see this is pk plus 12 not equal to 0. That is not our answer. And here, if you cross multiply this one, minus 4a not equal to 2k. Then I can write it as minus 2a not equal to k. If you divide it with 2, minus 2a not equal to k. From this, k plus 2a not equal to 0. That is correct. So option A is our answer. Here also, if you look at 6, 6 not equal to AP. 6 not equal to AP, which means AP minus 6 not equal to 0. Here, both B and C are wrong. So our answer is option A. if a plus b root 3 the whole square is 52 plus 30 root 3 where a and b are natural numbers, then a plus b equals here 52 plus 30 root 3. I can write it in the form of a square. Whenever you have an integer plus square root form, you can take the square root term as 2ab. So 2ab equal to 30 root 3 means ab here is equal to 15 root 3. Now 15 I can split it as 5 into 3. Either you can take a as 5 and b as 3 root 3, or you can take a as 3 and b as 5 root 3. But here 5 root 3 the whole square itself is greater than 52. 25 into 3 is 75. So this is not possible. This is not possible. Now check for whether 5 square plus 3 root 3 the whole square is 52 or not. 5 square is 25 and 3 root 3 the whole square is equal to 9 into 3 27. So 25 plus 27 is 52, which is right, which means here a square plus b square is equal to 52 and 2ab is 30 root 3. Now a is equal to 5 and b is equal to 3. So 5 plus 3 root 3 the whole square is equal to 52 plus 30 root 3. Now a is equal to 5 and b is equal to 3. So a plus b is equal to 5 plus 3, 8. Option C is your answer. A circular plot of land is divided into two regions by a chord of length 10 root 3 meters such that chord subtends an angle 120 degree at the center. Then area and square meters of the smaller regions. Here, this is the circular plot. Now, this is center and these two regions divided by a chord length 10 root 3. So this is chord length 10 root 3. And this chord subtends an angle at the center of the circle. And this angle is equal to 120 degree. And you can see this is radius. These are two radius means this is an isosceles triangle. So remaining 60 degree should be equally divided by these two angles. So this is 30 and this is 30. Now this is height of this triangle, altitude of this triangle. From this, here, if you look at this is height of the triangle and here this is 30 degree and these two sides are equal because when you draw height, this height divides this base into, that is altitude divides this base into two equal parts. This is center of the circle. So this altitude divides this base into two equal parts, which means this is 5 root 3. This is also 5 root 3. Now this is radius r. From this, if you take cos 30, cos 30 is equal to adjacent side by hypotenuse. That is cos 30 is root 3 by 2, which is equal to adjacent side 5 root 3 divided by hypotenuse, which is r. Now root 3 and root 3 cancel. R is equal to 10. R is equal to 10 from this. Now if you take sine 30, sine 30 is equal to opposite side by hypotenuse. That is sine 30 is 1 by 2, which is opposite side is h divided by hypotenuse means r. R is equal to 10. Now from this h is equal to 5. So r is 10 and h is 5. Now area of this small region. So this is the small region. This is the shaded region is the small region. Then area of this region is equal to, if you take total area of the sector, area of sector, and if you subtract this triangular area, then you will get this area of shaded region. So subtract area of triangle from this area of sector. Now here area of sector means pi r square into theta by 360. So pi into r square is equal to 10 square into theta is equal to 120 out of total 360 degree. That is actually area of this circle is equal to pi r square. But we need area of this sector. Sector means theta is equal to 120. 120 out of this 360 minus area of triangle means here two triangles. Consider it as two triangles. Then 2 into half into BH. B is equal to 5 root 3 and H is equal to 5. Then this will become 100 pi into here 120 goes 3 times and 360. 1 by 3 minus here 2 and 2 cancel, 5 root 3 into 5 is equal to 25 root 3. So this is equal to, if you take 25 outside, 25 into this will become 4 by 3 pi minus here root 3. So option C is your answer. In a group of 250 students, percentage of girls was at least 44% and at most 60%. Rest of the students were boys. Each student opted for either swimming or running or both. If 50% of the boys and 80% of the girls opted for swimming, while 70% of boys and 60% of girls opted for running, then minimum and maximum possible number of students who opted for both swimming and running. Here we need graph representing both swimming and running. Before that, here total 250 number of students, out of which there are girls and boys, and girls percentage is given. Girls can be at least 44 percentage. That is, minimum number of girls can be 44 percentage. This is the minimum, and maximum means at most 60 percentage means maximum can be 60 percentage. This is maximum girls. Now with respect to 44 percentage, boys can be 56 percentage, and with respect to 60 percentage, boys can be 40 percentage. Now 60 percentage of 250 means 10 percent is 25. So 25 into 6, 150 is 60 percentage. So maximum 150 means with respect to this 100 is the boys. Now 40% is equal to 25 into 400 and 10% is 25, then 1% is 2.5. 2.5 into 4 is 4%. So 10 plus 100, 110 is the 44% girls. Minimum girls 110 means with respect to this 140 is the boys. Now we need data representing both swimming and running. So in the case of boys and girls, we need data representing swimming and running. If I'm taking this as swimming, this is running. Now this intersection represents both swimming and running. Same way, in the case of girls, if this is swimming and this is running, this intersection represents both swimming and running. Here it says 50% of boys and 70% of boys opted for swimming and running respectively. Now 50 plus 70 is 120%. Total boys is 100%. So this is 120% means this extra 20% represent both swimming and running. Now 50% opted for swimming means 30 plus 20 is 50%. 70 opted for running means 50 plus 20 is equal to 70. Now from boys, 30% opted for swimming alone. 20% opted for both swimming and running. 50% opted for running alone. Same way, here, if you look at girls, 80% and 60% of girls opted for swimming and running respectively. Now 80 plus 60 is equal to 140%. Total girls is 100%. So this extra 40% represent both swimming and running. Now 80 opted for swimming means 40 plus 40 is 80. 60 opted for running means 20 plus 40 is equal to 60. Now from girls, 40% opted for swimming alone, 40% opted for both swimming and running, 20% opted for running alone. Now we need data representing minimum and maximum possible number of students. Here we have minimum and maximum data. So here both swimming and running is 20% from boys. So 20% of minimum means with respect to 110, minimum boys means 140. So 20% of 140 is equal to 28. 10% is 14, then 20% is 14 into 28. Same way, 20% With respect to 150, both are 100. So 20% of 100 is 20. 20 itself. Now, regarding girls, here this is 40%. So 40% of minimum girls are 110, which is equal to 11 into 4, 44. And 40% of maximum girls are 150, which is equal to 15 into 4, 60. Now, minimum students opted for both swimming and running as equal to 28 plus 44. 28 plus 44, which is equal to 72. And maximum students who opted for both swimming and running as equal to 20 plus 60, which is equal to 80. So option A is your answer, 72 and 80 respectively, minimum and maximum. If 10 raised to 68 is divided by 13, the remainder is here 10 raised to 68 divided by 13. 10 by 13, remainder is equal to 3. Then remainder of 10 raised to 68 by 13 is same as remainder of 3 raised to 68 divided by 13. So just find the answer by taking the remainder of 3 raised to 68 by 13. Here 3 raised to 1 divided by 13. Remainder is 3. Now again if you multiply it with 3, 3 square by 13, remainder is equal to 3 into 3, 9. Again 3 cube by 13. 3 cube by 13 means 3 cube is 27. So 27 by 13, remainder is equal to 1. Whenever you have remainder 1, you can write 3 raised to 3n divided by 13 as remainder 1 in the case of 3 and 13 here. Here 27 means 3 cube. When you divide 3 cube with 13, remainder is 1, which means 3 raised to 3n by 13, remainder should be always 1. So write 3 raised to 68 in the form of 3 raised to 3n. Now this will become 3 raised to 3 into 22 is equal to 66. Remaining is equal to 2. So 3 into 22 plus 2 is equal to 68. So write it in the form of a raised to m into a raised to n. Here this is equal to a raised to m plus n. Take plus sign. So left side is equal to m and right side is equal to n. M plus n. So m is equal to 66. That is 3 raised to 3 into 22 means 3 raised to 3n into 3 raised to 2 divided by 13. This is in the form of a raised to n into a raised to n is equal to a raised to m plus n. M is 66 and n is 2. Now remainder of 3 raised to n by 13 is 1 and remainder of 9 by 13 is 9, which means remainder of 3 raised to 68 by 13 is 9. Option B is your answer. The midpoints of side AB, BC and AC in triangle ABC are M and P respectively. Medians drawn from AB and C intersect the line segment MP, M and MP at X, Y and Z respectively. The area of triangle ABC is 1440. Then area in square centimeter of triangle XYZ is. Here, this is triangle ABC. Now M and P are midpoint of triangle ABC. So here M and P are midpoint and this midpoint form another triangle inside ABC. Now by midpoint theorem, midpoint triangle divide the larger triangle into 4 equal triangles. And area of the each of triangle is 1 by 4th of area of larger triangle, which means here area of midpoint triangle M and P equal to 1/4 of area of larger triangle. Here area of larger triangle is 1440. So 1440 divided by 4 means 4 goes 3 times in 12, 6 times in 24 and gives 0. So 360 centimeters square. And here medians are drawn from ABC. So medians are drawn from ABC. Median means AN, BP and CN. Median divides base into two equal parts. Here N is already midpoint. So here AN divide PM into two equal parts, BP divide MN into two equal parts and CM divide PN into two equal parts. And here medians from ABC intersect PM, MN and NP at X, Y and Z. X, Y and Z, which means XY is the midpoint of triangle MPN. Now when midpoints of this triangle MPN joins, this midpoint form another fourth triangle inside this NPN, which means here area of triangle XYZ, midpoint triangle XY is 1 by 4 of area of triangle NPN. So 360 by 4 is equal to 90 centimeters square is your answer. Also, by midpoint theorem, midpoints of two sides of triangle when joined, the line segment formed by this midpoint of two sides of triangle is parallel to its third side and half its length. That is here PM is half of its third side BC, and MN is half of its third side AC, and here PN is half of its third side AB. So with this, you can form relation of area. After two successive increments, Gopal's salary become 187.5% of his initial salary. If the percentage of salary increase in the second increment was twice that in the first increment, then percentage of salary increase in the first increment was. Here, you can directly use A plus B plus AB by 100 formula, that is successive increment formula. Here, percentage increment in the second increment is twice that in the first increment. So if I'm taking X percentage as the first increment, then second increment is equal to twice X, twice that of first increment. So 2X. So X plus 2X plus X into 2X divided by 100 should be equal to 87.5%. This is the increment here. If 100 is the initial salary, then after X percentage increment, his salary should be 100 plus X. Again, second increment is twice the first increment, that is 2X percentage. Then after this 2X percentage increment, his salary is 187.5 percentage of 100, which is equal to 187.5. Now this is the process. Here using this, you can find the answer, but we can do option verification here. Here, if I'm taking first increment as 27.5, then second increment should be twice of this, that is 55. Then 27.5 plus 55 plus 27.5 into 55 by 100 is equal to, here 27.5 goes around 3 times in 100. Now you can see here this is definitely greater than 87.5. This is not our answer. Now if you take second option, 30 plus 60 is already greater than 87.5. So this is also not our answer. 30 plus 60 is already greater than 87.5. So we can ignore the next step. Now from the third option, 25 first increment means second increment should be 50, double of this. Then 25 plus 50 plus 25 into 50 divided by 100, which is equal to 50 goes 2 times in 100. So 25 by 2 is 12.5. 12.5 plus 75 is 87.5. So that is our answer. So first increment should be 25. Option C is our answer. Here double of 30 itself is 60. So 30 plus 60 itself 90, which is greater than 87.5. So option C, 25% is the first increment. Then second increment is equal to 50%. Then overall increment is 87.5% after this two increment. Sam can complete a job in 20 days when working alone. Mohit is twice as fast as Sam and thrice as fast as Aina in the same job. They undertake a job with an arrangement where Sam and Mohit work together on the first day, Sam and Aina on the second day, Mohit and Aina on the third day. And the 3-day pattern is repeated till the work gets completed. Then the fraction of total work done by Sam is. Here, take the efficiency of Sam, Mohit, and Aina. If I'm taking Aina's efficiency as 1, Mohit is thrice as fast as Aina. That is Mohit efficiency 3. And here Mohit is twice as fast as Sam, which means Sam's efficiency is half of Mohit's efficiency, which is 1.5. Here 1.5 is fraction. So if I'm taking Aina's efficiency as 2 unit, then Mohit is thrice as fast as Aina means 6 unit. And Sam is half of Mohit efficiency, which is 3 unit. So just take 3 is to 6 is to 2 as efficiency of Sam, Mohit, and Aina. These are the efficiency ratio. Now, here Sam can complete a job in 20 days, which means in one day, Sam complete 3 units. Then in 20 days, he will complete 20 into 3, 60 units. So total work here is equal to 20 into 3, 60 unit. 60 unit. And they undertake the job with some arrangement. So here in this arrangement, a 3-day cycle is repeating till the work gets completed. So on first day, Sam and Mohit will work. Sam and Mohit will work. And on the second day, Sam and Aina will work. Sam and Aina will work. And on the third day, Mohit and Aina will work. Mohit and Aina will work. Now Sam and Mohit will complete 3 plus 6, 9 unit of work in one day. And Sam and Aina will complete 3 plus 2, 5 unit in second day. And Mohit and Aina will complete 6 plus 2, 8 unit in third day. So in total 3 days, in 3 days, total 9 plus 5 plus 8, which is equal to 22 unit is completed. Now total work is equal to 60 units. So 22 unit in 3 days means in 9 days, in 9 days, 66 unit will complete. But we don't need 66 unit. We only need 60 unit. And here you can see the remaining 6 unit. 6 unit is equal to, in 9th day, 66 unit will complete means this remaining 6 unit we have to subtract it from this 8 unit. Or if you have confusion regarding this, just take in 6 days, in 6 days, 44 unit is completed. In 6 days, 44 unit completed. And remaining work is equal to 16 minus 44, 16 unit. This 16 unit will completed in 3 days because in first day 9 unit will complete, in second day 5 unit will complete, and in third day remaining 2 unit will complete. 9 plus 5 is 14, 14 plus 2 is 16. So first day, second day, third day. So total 9 days needed, but in 9th day only 2 units need to be completed by Mohit and Aina. So here number of days required is equal to 9. Total number of days required is 9. And here in this 9 days, Sam will work for 6 days because in 3 days Sam will work in 2 days. So number of days taken by Sam is equal to 3 into 2, 6 days. So in 6 days, Sam will complete 6 into 3, 18 unit work. So work completed by Sam is equal to 18 unit out of total 60 unit. 18 unit out of total 60 unit. So work rate is equal to 6 goes 3 times in 18 and 6 goes 10 times in 60. 3 by 10. Option B is your answer. Work rate of Sam. Work rate of Sam is equal to 3 by 10. A certain amount of water was poured into a 300-liter container and the remaining portion of the container was filled with milk. Then an amount of the solution was taken out from the container, which was twice the volume of the water that was earlier poured into it. And water was poured to refill the container again. If the resulting solution contained 72% milk, then the amount of water in liter that was initially poured into the container was. Here, consider W as the initial liter of water poured into the container. Total capacity of container is 300 liter. I can take milk part as 300 minus W, but I will take it as M liter. Now, if you pour W liter of water, you are taking out 2W liter of solution from it. This is the quantity of solution you are taking out. Even if you take just one drop of solution, that solution will contain W is to M ratio water and milk part, because you are taking out the solution. Now, after you taking out 2W liter solution, the remaining mixture will contain W is to M liter water and milk ratio part. Now, after you taking out 2W liter solution, you are replacing it with water. That is, you are replacing 2W liter solution with 2W liter water here. After this process, the solution become 72. The solution will contain 72 percentage milk. So 72 percentage milk means 72 percentage of 300 means 72 into 3 is 216 liter milk. Then remaining 84 liter will be the water part. Total 300 liter. Now here 84 and 216 are the correct quantity. Correct quantity. Now if you do the reverse calculation for the correct quantity, here in second step, in place of this ratio W is to M, you can have 84 minus 2W. Water part will be 84 minus 2W. Just subtract this 2W liter water from this 84 liter water. Then in second step, water quantity will become 84 minus 2W. And here you are not adding any milk part. So milk part will be same as 260 in the second step. Now from the first step, you are taking out 2W liter solution from this W is to M water and milk part ratio. Then resulting is equal to 84 minus 2W is to 216. When you are taking out 2W liter solution from this water part, the remaining is equal to 84 minus 2W liter water part. So from this W, you are taking out 2W liter of solution. That is 2W 300 of W you are taking out from W. If you have doubt, consider initially 100 liter water and 200 liter milk was there. Total 300 liter. Now, double of 100 means 200 liter solution you are taking out. Now, water part will become 100 minus 200 out of total 300 of 100 you are taking out. And milk part will become 200 minus 200 out of total 300 of 200 you are taking out. So this is the process. Same way here you are taking out 2W out of total 300 of W from this W. Then the resulting water part will become 84 minus 2W. So just solve the question. Here minus 2W plus W is equal to 3W. So 3W minus 2W square divided by 300 is equal to 84. Here 300 into 3W is equal to 900W. 900 minus 2W square divided by 300 is equal to 84 means multiply this 84 with 300 here. Now if you cancel with 2, this will become 450W, this minus W square, this is 42 into 300. Here I can write it as W square minus 450W plus 420 into 30 equal to 0. 42 into 300 is 420 into 30. Now if you look at this, here minus 450, I can write it as minus of 420 plus 30. and here we have 420 into 30, which means here W can be 30. W cannot be 420 because here total quantity is equal to 300 liter. So W is equal to 30 here, 30 liter. So initial quantity of water poured was 30 liter here. A man invests rupees 4,000 in a bank at a certain rate of interest compounded annually. If the ratio of value of investment after 3 years to the value of investment after 5 years is 25 is to 36, then minimum number of years required for the value of investment to exceed rupees 20,000 is. Here, difference between these years is 2 years. Then you can directly take principal and amount ratio from this ratio. That is, here we can take amount by principal ratio from square root of amount after 5 years divided by amount after 3 years. Here 5 and 3 differences too. That's why square root of amount after 5 years divided by amount after 3 years will give you amount by principal ratio. Now amount after 5 years is equal to 36 in ratio and amount after 3 years is 25 in ratio. So this is equal to square root of 36 by 25 is 6 by 5, which means here principal and amount ratio is equal to 5 is to 6. Now after n years, this amount should exceed rupees 20,000. So consider after n years, this amount will exceed rupees 20,000. Now we already know principal is 4,000 rupees. Then from this 6 raised to n is equal to 4k divided by 5 raised to n into 6 raised to n. And we already know 6 raised to n value should exceed rupees 20,000. So equate 6 raised to n value with greater than 20,000 rupees. So this is equal to 20,000 means 4,000 goes 5 times in 20,000. Now 6 by 5, 6 raised to n by 5 raised to n means 6 by 5 the whole raised to n, which is equal to 1.2 raised to n, which should be greater than 5. Now from calculator, if you calculate n is equal to 9. So after 9 years, value of investment should exceed, value of investment will exceed rupees 20,000. Now here this principal and amount ratio means if principal is 5 rupees, after 1 year amount will become 6 rupees. So here difference is 1 rupees, which is the interest form. Now from this we can also calculate the rate. That is, this 1 rupee interest received from this 5 rupee principal. Now if you convert it into percentage, rate is equal to 20 percentage.